Mikinna's having some issues.
Hey guys, it's Mikinna, and today I have a special guest in this video. My mom. Since it's Mother's Day, we always do a video together, so today we decided to bake something.
It's going to be, if you didn't know, that some of Mikinna's background is that she is Italian, just like me. And so she wanted me to make one of our family traditions. We haven't made it a whole lot in probably the 14 years of her life, but when I was a child, we made it all the time. It was a Christmas tradition. We called it bignolata, but after doing some research, I think my grandmother was mispronouncing it all these years because it's actually called pignolata, or some people call it strafoli. Oh, it's like a dessert thing, these little fried dough balls.
Yeah.
And then there's like a honey syrup thing that goes on top of them, and then you top them. When we were doing the research, most Italians do the colored ball sprinkles, but we never did it that way. We always did it with chopped pecans and chunks of chocolate candy bar. So, a Hershey bar. So, of course, we already bought the pecans already chopped. So, we've got those ready. And then I'm going to have Mikinna, while I'm making the dough, chop up the candy bars. And I'm going to start with the dough, which is I'm doing a half a batch right now, which is going to be 3 eggs. And we're going to start with 1 cup of flour to these 3 eggs. Let me beat them up a little bit. So you want to break those into the individual chunks, and then each one of these chunks I would cut in thirds. And we'll be adding more flour to make sure the dough's right, so I'm just going to kind of guesstimate. Okay, so my cup that I just added, as you can see, it's still pretty sticky. So I'm going to go with 1/4 cup. I'm going to add some more. Do half of this, half a cup. But now, as you can see, it's pretty dry to where I can pick it up and knead it. A little bit over here. And you want to be able to knead this enough to get it into a rope. Now you can see the dough as to where you can touch it and play with it. Because we're supposed to let this rest for about 30 minutes.
What?
Alright, so Mikinna's decided that she's going to help me a little bit here. So I'm going to give her a little bit of flour here. A little more on mine. And what you want to do is you want to take a little chunk. You want to roll it in a line like the size of a pencil. Mikinna's having some issues. And then you're going to take a knife, little flour on it. Can you even see me here? And you're going to take little bitty, because they're going to puff up. Can you see that?
Is that good?
Little bitty chunks.
So, while we're doing this, on questions. I feel like we already answered this question, but how did you choose my name?
Well, actually, a good friend of mine, her name was Tony, or is Tony.
What's Tony?
Yeah, it still is Tony. And she
Oh,
told me about, she liked the name Mikinna, but I hated all the traditional ways of spelling Mikinna. I really liked the name Mikinna, but I didn't like I said, all the traditional ways of spelling it. And her daddy's name is Mike, and so we wanted his name kind of formed in it. So that's why we spelled her name the way we did. M-I-K for Mike, and then I-N-N-A. And originally, we thought it would really be cute if she was nicknamed Mickey, and then she would spell it M-I-K-I. But for some reason, nobody ever called her Mickey. Everybody calls her Kenna. So they took the last part of her name instead of the first part of her name, which is still cute. I still like it, but anyways, so that's really the main reason why we named her what we did, or how we spelt it.
Who started Kenna?
Who started saying that? Probably one of the kids. I want to say it was probably Jake.
Because didn't he start Mimi too?
He started the Mimi, yeah. Two of my nephews call me Mimi. And then my other nephew and two nieces call me Aunt Pam.
And Olivia.
Oh, and Olivia. Yeah, she does too. I forgot.
What did you like about raising me as like an infant?
As an infant? Oh man, girl, you've been easy from the get-go. You slept good. You ate good. I think one of the funniest things that really sounds horrible, but I hated to make her laugh. Because every single time she laughed, like a hard belly laugh, she'd get the hiccups. And to watch an infant hiccup and not be able to get rid of them is almost like torture. And there was a lot of scary times. There was one time when she was jumping on the couch. And she was probably maybe 2. And that's something that she knows she's not supposed to do, but she did it anyways. And we had this giant, oh, I don't know, 30-gallon fish tank at the end of the couch. And she was jumping, and I heard this big thud. And I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling that it probably knocked her out for a couple seconds. But she had, and you could post that picture, couldn't you?
I could find it.
We have pictures. She had the biggest giant goose egg on her forehead. It was black and blue. So scary. And then around that same age, she also was running in the garage and fell and hit her chin, and her teeth went through her bottom lip. She's never needed stitches, thank goodness. But yeah, I mean, no, I think every mother would say it's very enjoyable to have babies. She always sang and danced.
I did.
I have so many videos. She when she was little, she had like a little fake microphone that she would. Oh my gosh, I probably have 100 videos.
Can I put them on here, or are they on like the VHS?
I think they're on the old VHS stuff. We're almost finished here. Got about 6 or 8 more cuts, and then we are going to go over to the stove and heat up some canola. Oh, sorry, canola oil. You do not want to use lard or fat. You want to use a light oil. Canola or vegetable would be good. I think the oil is about ready. I'm going to do a few at a time, gently, because this oil is hot. And you want to fry them till they're like a golden brown. You want to move them around a bit. I just burnt myself, so that's typical of me. I like to make the fire alarm goes off all the time, so I'm surprised that's not going off yet.
They should know that from my pancake video.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
So since they're balls, you want to kind of keep using your little spider here and tossing them around to try to get all sides as golden brown as you can. And you want to put them on a plate with a paper towel to drain that grease off of them. And that's what they look like. Okay, so here are our dough balls, and they're completely cooled. And now we're going to make our syrup that goes on them. Again, I'm doing a half a batch. So we need a half a cup of honey. And again, you don't really have to measure much, because if you go a little over, who cares if you have a little too much syrup? And you want a 1/4 cup of light Caro syrup. You want to bring this to a boil.
So I wasn't recording, but we finally got the fire alarm to go off, so.
Now we have that hot syrup to a boil. And we are going to pour it all over these beautiful little dough balls. If you want, start stirring those and keep stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. Don't stop. Every single one of them coated. Keep going.
Do I have to be like super
Don't get it
gentle?
all over everything. What?
Do I have to be like super gentle? Or are they gonna like break?
No, they're not gonna break. So you want to do this until every single one of them soaks up all that syrup and kind of starts to cool a little bit. Like I said, you don't want to add your chocolate. Can you see that? How yummy that looks? Okay, now we've cooled way down. As you can see, it's real kind of sticky. It's not as runny as it was. So what I'm going to do first, because Mikinna wanted to try some of it with the sprinkles the traditional way. So I'm going to put a little bit of this in this bowl for her to put some sprinkles on it.
I can't see it.
There you go. You might want to put those sprinkles on now so they stick. This one here is going to have the chopped pecans.
How much is that good?
Yeah, however you want. I would just make sure each one. And then our chocolate chunks. Lots of chocolate. And this gets stirred in. So actually, like I said, I haven't made this very often. Only maybe third time making it. And if Mikinna had it, she was really, really little. So this is really kind of like her first time trying it.
Okay.
So I've never had it with the sprinkles. So I'm curious to see what it tastes like just plain.
Okay, we'll try it at the same time. Okay, one.
As you can see how sticky it is.
1, 2, 3. That's weird.
I don't like it with the sprinkles. It's not as good.
Okay.
What do you think?
I kind of like both of them.
It's very sweet. Very good.
How do you say bye in Italian?
I don't speak it. I mean, I only have a little bit of Italian in me. I've got a little Irish in me, a little German. Mikinna, on the other hand, she's a whole... It's chow, isn't it? I think it's chow.
That's like Japanese.
Mikinna actually is Italian, German, Irish, and Polish.
Audio.
And by the way, the Polish doesn't come from me, that's her father.
Chow is Vietnamese.
Chow is Vietnamese?
That's what I said. It's audio.
Comment down below, because I really want to know some of your family food traditions. I don't know, can they comment the recipe and give it to me?
Yeah, they can.
Because I'd like to try them. I'm
Yeah.
really curious. So comment below and let us know what some of your family food traditions are.
Thank you guys for watching.
And happy Mother's Day to all
Yes.
you mommies out there.
Yes. And I will have this recipe in the description if you want to like read it and not like follow along. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next Sunday with a brand new video. Audio. I don't think that's right.
I don't know either, but bye-bye.